Good evening, everybody. Happy Independence Day, or rather the day before. So, everybody, who is your daddy? What does he do? Well, chances are he's at this show. What it do? Relly and Teach, ready to preach here. It is July 3rd, 2023, and we got a lot to go over. Teach, my man, how are you?
Another day in paradise.
Same, mostly because of you, but yeah. Also, if anyone is wondering, because it's basically a meme at this point, but we are not paid underneath the table. But I'm also just gonna say, that I usually don't go for a trucker hat, but this ain't bad. This ain't bad. One of these days, I'm gonna wear one of these hats, and it's gonna have one panel's gonna say Glytch, the other one that's gonna be some sort of Teach's autographed signature and everything else. And
if I would have got the memo, I would have wore mine.
No, it's no memo or anything else. I just kind of, after I got out of the shower, it was just kind of a little bit nappy. I'm just like, you know what, just throw a hat on for the rest of the evening instead of fighting yourself, drying it off. You know how it goes. But Teach, we got a lot of stuff going on, man, and we thought that this would be like outside a couple of deals, which most of them already happened over the weekend.
Summer's still going on.
Summer's still going on, but I thought it was actually going to be like a slow news day on this end for the most part, because I thought a lot of it would catch like over the weekend and like die on Monday morning or so. I was heavily mistaken by that, but I to say see off so I could actually freaking hear my thoughts. But where do you want to go first, bro?
Well, I did just crack a can of something.
You want to drink that while it's still cold?
I'm going to drink it just a tiny bit because I got more other stuff to drink and show off. But what was it? 3 episodes ago, we showed off Rise strawberry lemonade, not lemonade.
No, it was Rise Lemonade Squeeze.
Yep. And the other one, which a local store near me got in, and we were looking forward, and if Relly wants, I'll send them out to him. So they have the new peach cooler.
I know. I didn't check that one store by me. It's a gas station underneath construction, one town over. They're the only place I know outside of like Vitamin Shop that sells Rise cans. And if anyone's wondering what's in my shaker tonight, I just grabbed this to go to work. If you want to know what I had this morning for this, what I thought was going to be a long, grueling Monday, and half of it was crack sauce from Glytch. And currently in it right now, it is, thanks to my handsome co-host, it is G Fuel Tiny Tina, which I miss this cherry vanilla. I really did. I don't have it too often. I have a hard time sometimes because very good flavors I try to savor. Like I try and treat it like it's a gold coin. Like, hey, don't see it every day. Like savor it, cherish it. But then like you realize you look at the clock, you haven't had it in like 2 months. That's me.
I was glad to sell it and get it out of here because I don't want to see it. But another thing, because Relly is showing it off, which we'll also go in depth about a little later on, nothing major, but what Relly has is one of the older shakers. Go over the newer shakers that Glytch now has.
So that's a clear body with a white top, right?
Yep. Clear body, white top, new fan blade system inside.
What's that? I see that there's that fan blade that goes a little deeper, and that's a gunmetal top lid.
It's just gray.
I just call it gunmetal gray personally. I mean, I'm no artiste, but yeah.
Yep. But for a good while, they were going with, I forget the name of this brand. I think it's like Powerball or something.
So before it was a regular, let's see, this is a Performa.
Yep.
Performa.
And then it used a stick-like configuration to go inside the cap, and then this would just shake up and down. And it worked pretty well. I did enjoy it, rather than just like the traditional ball. This way it just stays motionary up and down. It did do the job, But they have now come out with a new style, a fan blade, and I like this fan blade a lot more. It's not just like a couple at the top. There's technically multiple away from it from. I'm not trying to do too much because there is liquid, and it just conveniently, like any other blade, just pops right in. You don't got to worry about forcing it in or anything. You just put it right down, and there it goes.
On the contrary, though, I do have to admit, Glytch is up there with those powders that mix the best.
Yep.
Because, I mean, if I had to go by the brands that mix up the best, it's probably between... Oh, yes. Thank you, Luke. G Fuel used that style once. I'm not sure if they did it twice.
Yeah, I
think it was
They've used it once. It was for the USA. They're about a month behind the game because Glytch has had these new shakers for some time.
Oh, I'm thinking the original Earth Day was just a shaker ball. It didn't have the stick in the middle. Huh.
But it's good to see at least the other companies learning from others and doing better stuff, because the one thing that Glytch has always had, that we have always said more companies need to do, is the handle.
Yes.
I am late to the game, honestly, in getting their new shakers because they have 5 now, all like 3 new colors and the 2 original colors.
Yes.
But to the other topic, Peach Cooler, we got on the shaker here.
Rise Peach Cooler.
I pulled a Relly. I hate to admit it. I already tried it this weekend when I could. I couldn't resist. This flavor's banging. I'm not. Like, you can ask Relly. I'm one to typically get on him for trying new stuff before the show. I'm really good about it. Relly, not so much.
I've cut back a lot, actually. I have.
But if you can find Peach Cooler, you, Relly, anybody else, definitely give it a try. This is probably my favorite from Rise.
You know, I gotta get your just overall. Eventually, we're gonna have to do our top 5 energy drinks on the market. And I only reason why I say that is because it would kind of look stupid for us to be like, oh yeah, go find it somewhere on the secondary market.
I will say this is the most authentic peach out there in can form. That tastes so much like an actual authentic peach.
Maybe we can answer this one. So some people were saying that the Rise Strawberry Lemonade Squeeze was mid. So what's your thoughts on it?
Depends on the definition of mid, but yes, but no. Like, it wasn't anything over the top special, but it was very good for what it was.
So again, I think it really comes down to what you want to compare it to. Do I think that it is a very good can? Yes. Do I think it's the best? No. If you come to think that this is going to be the best can you've tried by Rise and it's not, you might go, it's mid. And I've been guilty of it. There's been some times where I've tried something and, I've said, yeah, damn, I'm disappointed. But then I've tried it later on. I've asked Jacob Walker for like a sample of something, and I'm like, all right, let me try this again, see how it goes. And I'm like, not bad. I guess I screwed up. Now, there's some flavors like G Fuel Bubblegum where I just can't change that take on. But then there's others where it was the Brain Matter or the Love Bug, which I had Change of Heart for. It happens to the best of us. But as far as other trying stuff, we actually had a friend of the show, and if you remember Big Boy or Plugs, it was Plugs Big Boy or Hunter, he's been on the show. He's been on the show once, and I remember he played a test dummy for us when we had Jake on. He tried Glytch for the very first time, and he's been very impressed with the Glytch.
It's not his first time.
It's not.
His first time. No, because he tried the Pro line.
Ah, he did. I had no idea.
He tried the Pro line.
I forgot.
I sent him out 2 starter kits. It was the Hydration, the Revive line, and the normal gaming line starter kit. So he got a glow-in-the-dark one and then a regular shaker. And he tried Cherry Bomb today. And just like your dad said, when we reviewed it, it works. King of cherry on the market. It's a top 2 for me. It's a top sour cherry and black cherry just are like top 2 for me. Amos says cherry bomb. I go back and forth. I go through tubs constantly.
So, favorite hydration flavor of the Revive line?
Well, there would be a black lemonade here of the 4, but I already drank that today because my top 2 is black lemonade, blackberry lemonade, and raspberry lemonade. But really, you love the cherry limeade. I'm not a cherry limeade guy and actually like this.
Actually, I'd take the blackberry lemonade over the cherry limeade for the line, believe it or not.
Did I say cherry? Raspberry lemonade. Right?
Raspberry lemonade, yes. Go the blackberry lemonade. And again, I know some people are new with it. We always recommend with the starter kit first.
I would say go starter kit and get all 4 flavors rather than a tub.
But if somebody wanted to shoot the moon, I would say go the blackberry lemonade.
If you wanted to pick a full tub right off the bat, go blackberry or raspberry, whichever one you prefer more. I'd say go starter kit, get a shaker, get the 4 flavors to try. If you want to save some money, you can use code TEACH, get 15% off.
Yes. Although, one thing that I actually noticed myself, and what's actually nice about the formula of Glytch is I love how it mixes, for one. And number 2, if you want the nice that's what about mixing well and not having to worry about the powder is there's been some times where I've had the new Glytch formula, the gaming line. I've had it in 12 ounces for one flavor, and with another flavor, I've had it in 24. If you want less water and make it more sour, go for it. If you said, you know what, I don't want that kick today, I want a much smoother flavor, I can actually say I like the Smurf juice in 12 ounces of water. And in 20 ounces of water, I like my crack sauce. I know
just do
that
16 for all the above.
Well, I mean, again, it's always personal preference, but it's nice because there's some flavors where you can't really mix and match with it. There's some where it's like it's got to be 16 or it's just not right. Not the case with Glytch. There's a lot of playing room depending on how you like it. So transitioning into some flavors. So Boognass knows. So there's a couple things that G Fuel's doing. They got 2 flavors, which a little bit of hype and a little bit of whoa, pump the brakes and park it. As Boog said in the comments section, we got blue gummy sharks. We got G Fuel gummy sharks on the market. Now, there's 2 ways how to make it. There's blue raspberry and marshmallow, which to me is just blue raspberry puffs. But if you throw in the vanilla in there, now granted, some people, and even me and Teach said we could throw in Mega Man and Birds together and to actually see if they mesh it together well. But I'm a little curious about how this one's going to go. And the second one, lemon Italian ice, which part of me goes, hey, I'm liking where this is going. But then there's another part of me, the non-Italian side of me, that's going, you know, it's really because they couldn't say lemon snow cone. The actual definition, not the Urban Dictionary definition. If you know, you know. I'm not opposed to lemon flavors personally. And I wouldn't mind a straight lime here and there. But you know how it goes. Teach, any thoughts?
I honestly bet the flavor is pretty much just going to be Mega Man, but with a slight gummy taste. Like, you probably got to reach for it.
The only reason I would say sample first is because, now again, I know I'm a little paranoid, but I hope they don't fuck it up like RGF.
And, like, what's the lemon ice one going to be? Are they just using the same slushy ingredients they did with, like, snow cone and then just putting lemon to it instead?
You see, that's why I said lemon snow cone, is because I'm thinking that it's going to be... I don't want it to be like the lemon zest. You know that lemon zest that you get in Shock's flavor?
Mm-hmm.
That, but in a snow cone. Also, Bugnas brings up a very good point. Confusion about Lime Margarita. There's 3 ingredients of a margarita. Is it gonna taste like alcohol?
No.
And me personally, I remember. Do you remember these are very hard to find now, but do you remember the limited time where they had was it strawberry mango margarita can from Ghost? Do you remember that?
I want to say yes, but I honestly don't.
It was a hot second. It was a while back. I think it was strawberry mangarito, if I remember that correctly. Something like that. I remember not caring for it, and I'm like, whoa. I mean, I'm not a drinker. And everyone, thank you, Luke. Straw Bango Margarita.
That's what it was.
I knew it was on the tip of my tongue, like strawberry mango margarita. Now, are they gonna make it where it's gonna taste like it does have alcohol in it, or is it gonna be like a fugazi thing like they do with juvie? I don't know.
Realize they cannot mimic 100% the exact taste of alcohol because alcohol
Correct.
is just so potent in flavor as is. That's why whenever somebody tells you and hands you something like, try this drink, bro, you can hardly taste the alcohol. Don't listen to them, because you know if you can't taste the alcohol, you're an alcoholic. You're definitely still tasting alcohol no matter which way you mix it, unless there's like a drip.
So,
either way,
as he says, lime slushy. Now, isn't the OG lemon lime supposed to be lime slush puppy?
the OG lemon lime from them is just lemon lime.
Yeah, someone told me it's lime slush puppy.
No, they're wrong. It's supposed to be more like the most mimicking of a lemon lime Gatorade. The margarita flavor will just have that flavor profile of what's listed. So lime, strawberry, whatever the hell else. They may try to mimic a little bit of a alcohol taste, but it's not going to taste like alcohol.
Uh, 5 stars for the creativity. Skepticism, I give it about a 3. Then the actuality, well, I can't wait to get a sample to try for myself.
Like, I haven't really looked into it by any means, but I'm curious what the actual flavor profile is supposed to be, because at this point, kind of same thing we go back to. Are they really like innovating the wheel at that part, or are they just taking previous stuff and then adding slight things to it, call it something else new?
You are not wrong. So, I think we got a decent amount of audience, and I hope that everybody chimes into some of the questions we have tonight. Not just what I have for Teach, but everybody listening. And please, constructive criticism. So, one major topic that has happened over the last few days, Monster Energy has bought out their competition and the company they have the majority of their bankruptcy by, Bang. So, now that Bang is going to be owned by Monster, outside getting rid of the Fugazi Super Creatine, do you see any changes, Teach? And to anyone in the audience. So, while I wait for some people to comment and give their thoughts, and again, we don't judge here. So, Teach, what do you think they're going to change over at the Monster Energy Drink Corp? And by the way, just to make it clear, everybody, Monster Energy does have part ownership. I'm sorry, they do have shares that are owned by the Coca-Cola company, but they're not majority owners. So this is a Monster deal. This isn't Coca-Cola owning Bang at the end of the day. This is Monster now owns Bang. So Teach, what are they going to change?
Of course, we are speculating, but I think they completely changed the label. Better marketing. Monster has their demographic of marketing down for how to label a can, for what to show on a can, and it's been shown at least multiple times throughout the different brands of Monster Rain, the new Lane T-Storm line. They definitely take off the super creatine. I think, honestly, what they're doing is this is damage control. It's like, look, you've already cost us so much with the lawsuit and so much many more. Like, this is us just, we're going to buy it out. We're going to re-innovate. We're going to make something out of this and stop losing. Also, my thought is, too, is
because I remember this is going back to high school. I mean, I know it's a long time ago, but I remember when Monster only had X amount of flavors, and not every gas station had all of those flavors. Majority of the gas stations I went to, it's like we got regular or low carb. And then the one down by my house, they had juice, M80, salt, and for a very small portion of time mixed. It was the OG, it was the black can with purple M. But if we look at how many flavors Bang has had and how many cans actually, because they went over back to the white can, that big flat white design, however you put it. So I think that there's going to be a lot of flavors that are going to be shown the door.
Oh yeah, they definitely hate, like, I don't know how many exact flavors they have, but they definitely cut it down to, I would say, like 10 or less, because they easily have more than 10.
Well, if you remember, look at how many flavors that Reign used to have, and they were good flavors. Now, how many do they have? About 6. Could they do more? Absolutely. And another thing that kind of gets me is, and everyone's going, oh my God, is the caffeine content going to change? Well, my thought was, if you were to go by somebody that only knew what caffeine was and not the other ingredients, you would say, hey, Bang has more caffeine in it. I'm grabbing a Bang. Sorry, Monster. Well, Reign has 300 milligrams too. And Teach, don't you think that just overall Reign has a better product than Bang?
Well, in general, yes. I don't think they will like hugely change the caffeine. Again, this is all of us like just really not speculating. I think even if they keep it to 300, it'll be fine because it comes down to the demographic of the formula and who they're marketing it towards. I don't think they lower it down to Monster's 160. They could try going like a 200 route, but even if they keep it 300, remember, caffeine content isn't always everything in a product. It also comes down to the formula and the other ingredients. They will keep Reign as they're like, hey, you go to the gym, you're into fitness, like you care about what you put into yourself. This is your like pre-workouty, not pre-workout like side of it. That's what they're going to keep Reign for, because that's what they market it towards. I think Bang, they just keep it the high caffeine, but they don't market it towards like the workout people, the gym, the fitness, that side of the marketing.
And since they own Bang, you're not going to be doing gimmicky things like making backpacks, making shoes, putting your logo on freaking volleyball teams, like, you know, all that stuff. Thank you, Luke. So out of 72 total Bang flavors, I think they're going to nail it down to less than 20.
I think they go 10 or less.
Really? Now, to some people, that will make them very, very upset. But I could name you a few things where they just say, you know what? On paper, it looks good, but execution-wise, get it out of here.
Bang is the perfect example that quantity does not prove quality. I think it's better to have a better 10 and have quality than go 72 with just quantity and say, here's some shiz, it's 72 of them, go pick your favorite, something great, but here's 72. They were just pushing anything they could because Bang, let's be real. Let's be 100% honest with ourselves. Bang has and was never anything special. The ingredients in it, the actual formula, it was nothing great. It was literally a hype brand. If you looked at any of their old marketing, it was just woo, party, owner, girls, party, beach, this, like, it was just a hype brand.
Well, I mean, that's why I said the volleyball teams. It's like, buddy, you're only drinking Bang because you saw the logo on a chick's ass on a volleyball team. Let's get real.
Like, I truly have always steered clear of Bang. And any previous episodes way long ago when we'd ever try it, that was just for like here. And that's probably the most I'd ever drank it. I was never a Bang guy because I've never thought Bang was anything special.
Also, one secret that we have of the podcast. Now, if everybody knows this, if you've been around this long, everybody knows that Teach and I came up with a G Fuel mix. Wisdom Fuel was originally called champagne. Guess why we stopped calling it champagne? Because
Bang
it was a
champagne.
bang flavor. So everyone goes, hey, Wisdom Fuel, wasn't it called champagne? Sorry, Bang put the kibosh on that because we don't rock that way. So we had called something else. If anyone remembers the art, it was changed to Wisdom Fuel for good reason. If anyone wants to know, it's that right there. Originally, it was going to be champagne, but I just love what Moni did with this. Phenomenal.
But RIP to that.
Yes. Although, me and you will make a glitch flavor together. One day. I'm going to get this down to the science, get into the lab. You might call it an abomination, but I'm going to think of something.
That is something I've not yet done with Glytch. They started to mix flavors and go for different profiles.
Hey, buddy, you're going to find me getting myself into one of my novels, taking a break, saying, what am I going to do to fuck up the program? I'm going to be smoking myself a cigar, going into my pantry and going, what in the hell do I do? And what the hell am I going to tell my handsome co-host? Which, by the way, my Sunday involved I did melon cream pop, and before 9:30, I banged out about 2,500 words. So I was doing work yesterday.
Ironically, that Relly says he banged out 1,500 words as we just get done talking about bang.
2,500, and yes, but bang.
But bang.
Seriously though, one day I'll think of a mix. I know it's gonna be hard to measure with the scoops, but again, I'll put in the work. There's a hidden flavor here somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I've heard of a couple mixes out there.
I haven't yet, but we'll give it some time. And plus, the gaming line's a wee bit new.
The main one I've heard of thus far is Smurf Juice and Cherry Bomb.
What? Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Blue raspberry and cherry.
So
I see it.
It's a good thing the gaming line doesn't taste chemically.
I can see it.
Speaking of, I guess I will knock this portion that we had planned out.
What do you got?
Something I was going to and I am going to review tonight. I've actually been drinking this entire time because someone spilled the beans, Mr. Relly, and I don't know who it was, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. A word had got out that there was one flavor left of Glytch Gaming Line I had yet to try. And I get a message one day saying, hey, you have a package arriving today, and it was out of the blue, and I had no idea of it. And that last one was Cosmic Candy. So someone spilled the beans.
So again, right? I think this is a little chemically inclined, but I mean, it might be my preference. But
see, I don't know where you get that like at all.
I'm not sure if it's just too strong, or maybe I'm still experimenting with this. Okay, so I'm gonna mark mine as incomplete. So I know you're the partner and all, but I mean, I keep it in check with you as we can. So you tell me how you rank Cosmic Candy, because my experiences so far have not been the greatest at the moment.
See, and that's where I'm curious, because I've had everything now, and I am not a candy guy. And that's where I get confused where you say chemically, because there's nothing about the game line that has any chemical taste. And this is just me being straight honest from person to person. What I like more about this compared to other Skittles TM flavors is that this hits all the notes of the flavor, not just like you get one whole like lemon note and then on the very back end like, oh, maybe you get a little orange, oh, maybe you get a little lime. Like you taste all the mix of it. Like you were literally taking a whole fistful of Skittles and just shoving it into your mouth and letting it sit there and just let it soak and mush up together. And like that is Cosmic Candy. You are getting every little bit of the flavor.
So just to touch up on it, Luke, I haven't gotten myself a Gamer Subs in a little bit. I still have a lot of stuff left from them, and again, my pile of stuff has gotten huge. But there are certain releases where I just gotta say, you know what, I want to get my hands on this. The last purchase I made from Gamer Subs, it was non-caffeine. The regular caffeine wasn't left, but it was the red raspberry. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, for these other companies, shake my head going, as once Peter Griffin once said, why are we not funding this?
I will say though, I do not plan to pick it up. But if you do, and you do want to try their flavor because it's supposed to be an apple pie flavor, you can use code AOJimbo to get 10% off at checkout. He is Caffeinated alumni.
Apple pie.
So we support Caffeinated alumni.
Yes, we do. And by the way, as far as guest spots, everybody, again, there is some stuff that we cannot say at the moment, but we are very happy of what's going on in the near future, and I'll leave it at that.
But for this, I'm not a candy flavor guy. I do like it. I have been drinking a lot recently since I've gotten it. I do stand behind my words when I say there's not a single flavor from the gaming line I dislike. I do like them all. This one's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I'm not a candy guy, so I don't drink it often, but I have been drinking this one quite a bit since I've gotten it.
Have you gotten any close to ranking the gaming line of what's in it so far?
God, no, it's so hard because I love every single flavor, honestly.
Well, I understand that. Well, my thought is if there was some time where off camera, of course, just so there's no pressure, do it in your leisure. I mean, I know you might wake up and have a different opinion. It's kind of one of those things where, especially since the new flavors have been kind of popping off unexpected, because if you remember, there's like, hey, there's that gaming line. That's cool. I guess we'll see where this goes. And then we go, hey, there's one added. Here's Aim Assist. It's coming back. Predator. It's coming back.
Oh, that was the other one I was going to review tonight. Holy, I knew I was forgetting one.
Damn it! Freaking guy. I tell you, people. Crazy.
Because yes, this has been in my work bag, and I've been going through it heavy. The best sour or strawberry kiwi out there on like my life, because it's not like those companies where it's like it's strawberry and it's all strawberry and you get a tiny bit of kiwi, or it's kiwi strawberry and you get nothing but kiwi and tiny bit of strawberry. This is heavenly mixed. There's a tiny sweet note at the end. This is going to be in a like top 5 rotation.
Looks like we just had somebody use your code on the show, and there's much joy. Yay!
Appreciate it, Luke. Enjoy the 15% off. I hope you enjoy it. Mr. Big Boy's now in the audience, and he too recently got a Revive starter kit with the 4 flavors and a starter kit with the 5.
A regular and a Revive. Yes.
So we have went over this before. That was the joke at the previous episode, and why we still make the joke of while we are paid under the table to say anything about any company.
So my thought is this, Rod, and again, I know that there's some people that have asked me publicly and privately, and we still, and now again, I'm not sure how much Teach could say, publicly or anything else. But I mean, again, we like our Rise, we like our flavors from different companies. And I could honestly say, and I try to promote now there's some brands I haven't tried, of course, but the brands that I have in my cabinet, in my pantry, I shuffle through them, and there's some where are my favorites and some are not. I mean, there's some where I reach more to than others. Lately, I've been going towards Crack Sauce from Glytch and Freshen Up, Tangy Explosion, the Melon Cream Pop from Advanced GG, and G Fuel. I've been going to the Tiny Tina. But yes.
The main gist of it is that if you look through our receipts, we have shown off that we are still critical of each company, regardless of any part of affiliation or not. Remember our Dragon Sweat review rally from the Pro line? Remember how critical we were of the Pro line?
So Teach, before the receipts are there, but I think Luke probably saw this on our Twitter page about Bing Energy, which, by the way, apparently that company has been around since 2006.
Which I don't understand.
I don't understand either. But so, Luke, do you want me to DM you the other episode and give you the timestamp, or Teach? Do you want to?
It's not good. TLDR, none of it was good. Their cherry was literally cough medicine. It was not good at all. It was horrendous. We went as far as to say it was the worst cans we've ever tried on the show.
Hold on. Should I play that back? Should I play it back for our audience for the hell of it? Or
sure. If you can find the proper stamp.
I think I could find the stamp just simply because I remember going through it just the other day. Let me mute this tab, and I know I'm not far off because I remember taking off my... Dude, you're pissing yourself laughing in that seat of yours. Understandably so.
What?
Oh, come on, dude. You were laughing at my reaction. I know.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna screen share and we go from
They
there.
weren't harsh. They were honest because Bing is not good.
Joey, we miss you, buddy. And Lou wants us to run it back. We run it back. We run it back.
There's still quite the head of foam on.
Whoop, hold on. I'm just gonna pause the music for everybody, just to not have two different freaking sound qualities and such. Don't want to screw up the program, you know. Is that? I think that's why it was weird going down my stomach, is because I'm like drinking it and it feels like it's still like sitting
Foaming.
like down the pipe.
I think this is the one that Fabe Rolls really wanted the reaction out of, because this one's gonna be the worst one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to get away from the foam here. God fucking damn it.
We never once claimed to be a PG podcast.
Excuse me.
He even threw his headphones.
I put him down, but still.
That did not look like you put him down. That was...
Oh, no. I have like a cushion here to like make sure that I put him down. I'm just like, excuse me, put him right there. That went right to my sink. And again, I got an air conditioner right here. And as I said on a show prior, the window throws have been suspended until
winter
climate. Not winter. But I highly doubt that September the thing's going to be in there. So colder climate ahead, boyo. But I will never fully cancel the window toss or the driveway pour. Fresh Piper alert. It just is what it is. But you know, since that's the holiday, and again, you know my views on this. The Rocket Pop flavor, because it's the time of year, it's July. Now, if I was going to tell somebody...
Rocket Pop flavor?
Yes.
Oh!
A Rocket Popsicle flavor, yes.
That okay.
So my thought is, if someone's going to tell me what's my favorite one to date, it's going to be Juju Bomber Pop. Now, again, to my knowledge, G Fuel hasn't made one. Now, again,
it was very good.
G Fuel's, people are going to go, oh, G Fuel Blue Rocket Pop. It's Blue Gatorade. I'm sorry. It's just not. But that is what it is. And again, we have Bry. He's not in the audience tonight, but he's going to be catching it tomorrow. He's going to tell us that his favorite Rocket Pop is going to be Rogues, actually.
Haven't had, I don't think.
Let's see. I know we got some. I don't know if I have it or not. Oh, never mind. I do. I gotta try that sometime. But you'll try it with me at some point. Some point. But what I actually like, and I give Glytch credit for, is there's some people going out to their creators, right? And they're saying what could come back. Now, we've been fans of Glytch, me being a fan, and this was before you were associated with them. I'll just say it as that. Before you were associated with Glytch, they had a few flavors. Now, when we had Last Saying on, which he's doing well, thankfully. Last time I heard from him and his child were listening to Pink Floyd. Good times, good times. But Daddy Last Saying said that he didn't like the old Rocket Pop because he said it was not all three flavors the way it should be, but he said it wasn't bad.
I've heard that review a lot, honestly.
Yes, but they brought the flavor back, and this is in technically a new formula.
Yep.
I wonder if that will change by any means.
What is this? It gets to me.
Is this the first flavor that Glytch brought back from V1? Because I don't think they had aim assist for V1.
I don't know if even I can answer that because we got into the V1 game very late when we had first sampled it because of Saiyan when we were introduced to Glytch with the V1. I think maybe Predator was.
Oh, I'm a moron. Grenades,
Predator.
Grenades. Was Predator V1?
I think it was. I don't know, but I feel like it was. Again, we came into the V1 game very late when we were first introduced it by Last Saying, who was on the show.
I know we were late to the party, and then they sold out of everything, and then they came out with the Pro Series, which, again, no offense to anybody, but I'm glad they went away with it personally. I just simply think that if you go by the creator and if you go by the business and everything else, right? I just think that if you're a smaller brand, I mean, again, when you go to the powered energy drinks, the gold standard to the public eye, not as far as product, the public eye, G Fuel holds the standard. And if you're any company that has a higher price point than that $36, it's going to be hard for you to sell. And if, on the contrary, on a side note, if your tubs are at the same price as Advanced GG that has been around the pool a lot longer, it's going to be even harder. So I just think as far as the consumer, as far as the creator using their code, I just think this line, it stands out better. I think it's a better product for me personally. So I just think all in all, listen, the Pro Series was okay. It was a learning curve. And it's good that they're in this solid direction.
Honestly, the biggest example for other companies to look at and for many other people to remember is that you can create a tasty product with no melted dextrin and no artificial flavorings or dyes.
Which I think that, I mean, again, melted dextrin's a controversial piece. But I mean, there's some companies, and again, every time that you don't have melted dextrin in a formula, you are going to have to treat it as a different beast. So again, if we go back to the tub that I usually go to now, if we go to the Freshen Up Tangy Explosion, me personally, I like 2 scoops and 20 ounces. I did that. It woke me up. I like the tang. I like the slight tart to it. That's just what I kind of... It's a nice cloudy day, morning into the afternoon flavor. Very, very good on my end. Somebody else might say different, but that's me. If someone's going to go with, let's say, Ulti-Subs that had the new flavors. Now, not bad, But if we go by the taste between the lemon drop and the blue raspberry to, again, horchata is an incomplete because that to me is a milk flavor. But if we go to the other two flavors like the orange cream and the tropical storm, which that comparison is going to be the G Fuel Miami Nights, again, if you go by taste profile, much different. Luke,
And
freshen up. It is one of the few companies that does no. So it's not going to go with it has natural flavors instead of artificial flavors, and it does have coloring in it, but there's no dyes. So as me and Teach have been going with the program, now again, do we have our cravens? Yes. Perfect example. Here's one in front of me. Ocean Potion. Now again, do I have a craven every once in a while? Yes. But if I were to tell G Fuel, hey, is there any time that you could go back to not using dyes? Melted dextrin is a whole controversial flavor, and again, we could go for hours on it, and it's being researched, and there's going to be different reports every year on it. But if we were to go cut and dry, could we not use filler/sweetener? Again, we prefer not to on a regular basis for wellness purposes, but I'm not going to say that they're a bad product.
And let it be reminded, we did have Shock on the show, and Shock did demand that when he came out with this flavor, it would have no artificial coloring or additives, any of that bit. We gave him credit on it for it, and we had a pleasure having Shock on the show, and we were still shocked ourselves to even have Shock on the show. So to me, it shows if they can do it with that, they can do it with way more.
Correct. And what shocked me, no pun intended, is he had no idea that. Well, mine wasn't. That's why I said no pun intended. Yours was, clearly. So Shock didn't know that they started putting dyes in G Fuel because for a long time they weren't. But then when they did their new formula going into the 15-calorie era, they started to put dyes in there. The blue 1, the red 40, the yellow 5 and 6, you name it. They did start putting dyes in there. If we go by this Ocean Potion, it does have blue number 1 in there. If we're to go to another flavor, this is a 25 calorie. This is a peach iced tea. Even then, this has red 40 in it. I didn't know.
And let it be reminded that we do and have and will give each and every company different credits for when they don't include any of the such artificial flavorings or artificial colorings, melted dextrin, etc.
First time seeing this too. This is another older tub. Some people haven't seen this in a while. This is going to be going to friends soon. This is G Fuel Pink Grapefruit. This has red 40 and yellow 5 in it. I mean, again, I give credit where it's due. And we remember having Chuck on the show and Jordan on the show, for those that don't know. Proud CEOs of Ulti-Sups and Freshen Up Energy, or Freshen Up Hydration, I should say. And they were proud to say we are taking the dyes out of our products, and they stand by that. Much credit to them. As well as Ben from Glytch. So, one other thing, again, this is public information on Twitter. So Ben, who is the CEO of Glytch Energy, asked opinions of what would happen if Glytch were to make a can. So you're probably having a lot of thoughts, aren't you, Teach?
I mean, in general, yes, but it's a hypothetical speculation question. It's nothing indefinite.
Well, at the end of the day, it's one of those where I just tell people it's procedure. I'm a construction worker, and before I start work, if I say, hey, can I look at this? Hey, that's unrelated. It's just procedure. I can't tell you how many times I've said, hey, it's just procedure. I see bad wire, and I'm going to be like, hey, I got to call my boss, take a few pictures, and I don't even think I'm going to be working today. Sorry for the bad news. It's you go through the run of things because you want to know your market. You want to know what people want. And I actually have an idea of what a glitch can could actually be. So I understand that if you're to go to, I guess, a wellness or a more smaller brand, it's really hard to compare. Like if you were to go up and compare it to the Rise cans, I think it'd be very difficult. But if we were to go to the big, I guess the big bully companies you see in every gas station in America, the Red Bull, the Monster, the Rockstar, the Bang, all that. I could see a can that's 200 milligram range, no dyes in it. I think good quality. I think it'd actually be kind of cool. What about you?
I technically have no thoughts or opinions on the topic because it's all speculation / hypothetical. I think they would do well, of course. I don't know what they would make the formula. I wouldn't know what the caffeine count would be. Wouldn't know the size of the can. Any of that. I could see it being 200.
Well, I mean, my thought is, especially with some people, I remember when G Fuel came out with cans and it was, hell at the powder, give me a can of this. And everyone was thinking, whoa, are they like I myself at the time was going, you know what? I switched to G Fuel to get away from the cans. And obviously went into content creating the show and everything else with it. But I'm just like, you know what? I switched to the powder to lay off the cans because it was getting expensive. And, 300 milligrams, no dyes, all that, it was going good. But what G Fuel's managed to do is they have good tasting cans, but they still have a market for people to go over to the powder. You know what I mean? There's some people I know that have tried the Rise supplements, and instead of the powder, they switch to the can. So instead of a tub, they just order a case of cans. Which, again, no matter how you slice it and dice it, you're still supporting the brand. But if your bread and butter was powder and you're moving on to cans, some people are going, what's going to make me to go back to the powder? It could be some flavors that they have exclusively, that kind of thing. But I could see them going in the 200 milligram caffeine range because that's directly competing with C4, Ghost, and Rise. Which, mind you, I think C4 is on the bottom, and you'd probably agree with me.
Everything about C4 is on the bottom. Pre-workout, all that jazz.
Well, again, like I said, Carisi, you're going to have to lose a bet in order to have C4 on this show. If anyone got that joke, put it in the comments for me.
Very, very little people understand that joke because it's technically an inside joke. You would have to watch me stream.
Very true, but still hilarious. And I clipped it for you.
So to finish off tonight's episode, as we always like to, anytime it's kind of deal season, a bunch of different companies are going through and giving out deals or having sales, whatnot, we like to let everybody know if you have a certain favorite brand, what kind of deal they have going on and what kind of discounts you can expect. Looking over some companies just from our Twitter feed. Again, if you aren't following us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. It looks like Freshen Up is doing $26.99 for their Freedom Berry.
Their Freedom Berry is their Rocket Pop. So apparently they've dropped the cost of the tub to $27. And then you use a code on top of it. So our recommendation, if you want to try it, use Angel 10. Use Angel in the checkout for 10% off that. So a good deal, I'd say.
It doesn't appear Gamer Subs is doing anything.
I wonder if they make a Rocket Pop.
Doesn't appear Sneak is doing anything.
Actually, did you see what Sneak did?
It doesn't appear Ghost is doing anything. No, I did not see because I'm just listing off the companies.
It's actually hilarious. What do you remember when they did when G Fuel did the satire with the pickle juice?
Looks like Rogue is doing a BOGO 50. Buy one tub, get one 50% off. G Fuel, I believe, is having their tub BOGO. I doubt Juju's doing anything. They'll happily prove me wrong. It looks like you can get the America bundle for $34.99, which is a tub America shaker and 4 watermelon crush singles. Glytch with the Y is doing 30% off with July 4th code. Advanced GG, I believe, is having a BOGO.
Yeah. They're having a BOGO on select tubs, yes.
Yep.
So this is why I was telling you about what Sneak was doing. So this was for American customers. And by the way, Luke, I'm going to talk to Jimbo because we've talked about some suggestions. So if I were to say this with Gamer Subs, and I've said this with my chest out, I think anything that one company has done, I truly think Gamer Subs, if they wanted to, could throw their hat in the ring at any time. So G Fuel made a tie-dye shirt and they marked it up as $40. And $40 for a fucking tie-dye t-shirt.
And you know the fanboys are going to go nuts over and be like, oh my god, a tie-dye shirt, I've never seen this design before. $40, take my money, because they're the best brand ever.
And I really think that Juju, I think that Freshen Up, I think that Gamer Subs, I think they could make that at probably 25-ish. Do I think
$40 for a tie-dye? You know, I'm just saying in Relly's own words. That's fugazi. That's fugazi.
I've never seen a tie-dye shirt go for $40. $25, fine. That's the standard. $40, come on. That's an embarrassment.
That's way too much.
So
but you know how that community is. They could put $50 on a sticker and they'll still throw the money at it.
Yes. So I agree, Luke. I've said that a lot. I've said that a lot of companies. There's some people that have reached out. There's some people that have said, hey, where's a suggestion? I said, hey, if you want to be a company to stick out, we always talk about big energy. Technically speaking, there's one big company that tried energy and they failed. That's Coca-Cola. Do you remember after this was 2 Super Bowls ago? Remember when they did Coke Energy and it just tasted like
Coke?
It tasted like straight up Diet Coke with a little buzz to it. It was a flop. Then like, oh, we'll do coffee flavor. We'll do flavored Coke. It did not work. It was a failed promotion. Stick to your guns. But that being said, why can't they, and this is, again, any energy drink company out there, the ones that we refer to on a weekly basis, if G Fuel, Juju, Gamer Sup, etc., Freshen Up, Glytch, if somebody says, hey, we want to be different, if you could land a Coke and make a guy like me, now me, I know it's because I'm a Northeast guy, a tri-state guy, and Pepsi Way is actually about an hour from me. It actually is. It's called Pepsi Way in Purchase, New York. I would take Pepsi over Coca-Cola by like both. If you could make a tub that could replace that Craven, I'm down and the industry is down.
Honestly, just have Gamer Subs create it, let Jimbo be the face of it, give that man his own flavor like he deserves. He wants cola, give him cola, let him be the face of it.
Hey, yo! I mean, it's just how it goes there. But anyways, Sneak, do you remember when G Fuel got everybody with the fake pickle products?
Yep. Oh, I know what you're going on about.
Oh, there's more to it. So there's a speedboat. There's actually some things that are legitimate and there's some things that are fake. They have a Sneak Energy hat where the logo is shaped as a Route 66. And if we keep going, barbecue grill, fake because it says customize on there. We got a patch, cool. We got fireworks.
Okay.
And then we got a hat Here's one to stick it to G Fuel. An inflatable. Fake. And then there's a patch. But when I saw that, and I'm like, sneak speedboat, $50,000. I wanted to see, I posted that on our Twitter feed just simply because I wanted to see how many people would say that this is photoshopped or this is real. And because there was Rocket, and I'm like, did anyone grab the sneak speedboat? And he goes, wait, what? And I'm like, oh, I'll show it. And he just gives me the laughing emoji.
You should probably get a better deal of a $50K speedboat than a $40 tie-dye.
A better deal, right?
Yeah, because you can honestly go to your own craft store and buy the dyes and go make your own tie-dye shit for way more than less than half the price.
So granted, if you go to any store, like let's say, I'll even say a Walmart, and you buy a plain white t-shirt from there, or whatever brand t-shirt you go there, right? So if we go buy the dyes and the shirt itself, what do you think it is? Less than $20?
The basic white shirt?
Basic white t-shirt or something you have at home, and then the tie-dye kit.
It's probably like 25 at most.
Okay, but that's still what that shirt should be, maybe $5 more, because again, this is being mass produced. $40 is not the answer for a t-shirt. Now again, if it's a pair of shorts, if it's a pair of sweatpants, if it's a hoodie, I get that if it's in the $40 plus range. But a regular t-shirt, even the regular collectors are going, come on, man, really? Because that's secondary market price when the thing's sold out within 24 hours price. That's bullshit.
And on the overexpensive tie-dye note, that is where we call it for episode 81.
So, everybody, and Teach, you're on air tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for everybody who has nothing to do after this, well, I know I'm not going to be doing nothing because the weather is pretty crappy where I am in Connecticut. If you head over to Teach's Twitch, he's going to be streaming tonight. There's also going to be some sick clips. One, if you are a Law and Order fan, you're going to get the Carisi reference. And number two, you are going to see this guy because I was there at that stream working on my memoir. Not my novel, my memoir. This guy is asked to by a regular follower, a guy who's regular to his streams, to do a 360 kill, and he gets it first try, and we were ragging him for the next 10 minutes.
These things happen.
Show off.
And on that note, that is episode 81. We went over many different varieties. There's many of your different favorite companies and brands that are doing 4th of July sales. Go hit up their sales. Go get some savings. Whatever company you may prefer, whatever company you may love. But on that note, we wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Be safe. Light some fireworks off. Be good. Be happy.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. I want all 10 fingers back next week. And I do mean that legitimately, not as a joking around thing, because I've had some horror stories by myself and my father. And last note is, we've talked about a handful of subjects today and somehow managed to get through all of them within an hour or so time span. If there is anything else you want us to bring to the limelight, please, 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 the Twitter is open. The comment section is free. It is all yours. Please bring it to our attention, even if it seems repetitive, because we appreciate you and we don't want the topics getting dry. So thank you, everybody. Have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe, stay happy, stay well, and of course, stay caffeinated. And I'll be catching you, hopefully, in Teach's next stream. Have a good night, everybody.